Hi there, this is Grooving in G. I'm just here with a quick Logic tutorial. I'm going to show you how to map a MIDI fader to scroll through these nudge values that you can see here. In Logic, when you want to change a nudge value, you have to kind of click in here, come in here and pick a new one, or you can learn the different key commands, but both ways are a bit tedious to do, and I think this might help some of you by using a MIDI controller to quickly change your nudge values. So let's get into it. First things first, we're going to load up controller assignments here. Okay, so let's learn our MIDI controller. You click learn mode there, and then you move the fader encoder that you're using, and it should show up here. This is telling you the value, this is telling you the device. I'm using this Fader Fox MIDI controller here. And it wants to be on key command. So key command is the class, global commands is the command, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to choose which key command we want to assign to this MIDI controller. So I know from doing this before that you just have to scroll right to the bottom here, which you can do with your mouse, or you can press the N key on your numpad, and then we're going to pick set nudge value to tick as our first parameter to link up with our MIDI keyboard. Okay, so now we've got that one set in, we're going to copy this value here and we're going to paste it below, and then we're going to come in here again where it says set nudge value to tick, and then we're going to change it to 10 ticks. Then we're going to copy it, click below, paste it again, and then we're going to set to division. Okay, so now you've got your MIDI controller set up with these parameters. Okay, cool. So we now got to come to the bottom, and we're looking for where it says min max here, where we're assigning the CC value that this parameter is going to respond to. So because I've set 3 parameters, I basically need to divide 127, which is the max number that the CC responds to, by 3, and that turns out to be about 42. So the first one, I'm going to go from 0 to 42. So we're going to go 0 to 42. Okay, and then we're going to go 43 to 85. And then on this last one here, we're going to go 86 to 127. Okay, awesome. So now, if you move your fader, you should see here so I've got tick is the lowest range, going up to, when I'm halfway up my fader, it goes to 10 ticks, and then when I'm at the top it goes to division. Now if you want to include beat and bar, or if you want to change these to quarter notes and different musical timings for the nudge values, you can do that. But I really use tick, 10 ticks and division the most, and if I'm working outside of this, I'm usually using my mouse to nudge things around. So there you go. That's the quick way to assign a MIDI fader to control your different nudge values in Logic. I'm sure some of you are thinking that it would be fun to assign a MIDI controller to actually do the nudging for you. And I can tell you from having had a go at it that it doesn't really work. I've tried the Bow MIDI translator to map Alt left and right to a MIDI controller, and you think it would be amazing, but it actually ends up being quite crazy. I could show you an example quickly of what ends up happening, just as a bit of a bonus tip here. If I go and load something in here, it ends up looking more like a video game. It just doesn't quite have the response. Maybe it's because I haven't programmed it as well as I should have, but I'm just going to show you a little demonstration of how it works here. So I've got this with my fader that I'm able to move up and down. But how it feels, I wish I could show you my fader here, but when I stop moving my fader, the region keeps moving for about another second or two, so it's kind of like having a bit of lag in a video game, and it's not ideal. Maybe I'll get back to you in a couple of months when I've figured out how to really make this thing work and show you all how to map a fader to nudge regions in Logic. but for the sake of time, I'm going to end this video here, and yeah, hopefully that's useful to some of you. Thanks for listening.